And last but not least,
Can I intro this one?
Yes, you can.
That is all you, sir.
Hold on, let me make my notes real quick.
Is that all you back there, bud?
All right,
that is all you, partner?
Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, if you stuck around with us for this long, thank you so much.
We appreciate you guys. We're at the
Seriously.
end. We really do. We
This
love
is
all
the
of you.
last film we'll be talking about.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, if we haven't said that already. Hey, but this will go at the when we split it up. So
Yeah.
exactly.
like and subscribe. All right, last one. Here we go. Wicked, directed by John Chu, starring Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, and Jeff Goldblum. 10 nominations: Best Picture, Actress in a Leading Role, Actress in a Supporting Role, Achievement in Film Editing, Achievement in Production Design, Achievement in Costume Design, Achievement in Makeup and Hairstyling, Original Score, Best Sound, and Achievement in Visual Effects.
What is up for original score
Original score?
this year?
Yeah, the ones that I thought they weren't. So it's Wicked.
We're gonna rapid fire from Austin.
Yeah,
after
I just want to note because it bothers me on my credits when you don't put the M. John M. Chu.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is the director of this.
Yeah, like when you
original
put
score is
John Eric.
Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot.
Oh my goodness,
The
we didn't
Wild
see
I
it.
didn't see that yet. Well, I mean, we didn't see any of the animation.
Wait, that's the animated one, right?
Yeah, we didn't see any of the one Guillermo del Toro.
Wait, is the Robot Dream one up this year for animated?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't know.
think so.
What's the animation best animation list, real quick, since we're at the end?
Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, and
Wallace
The
and
Wild
Gromit.
Robot.
Hey.
I heard Flow is really good. I think Flow's going to end up taking
You
it.
don't think Inside Out 2?
I think Wallace
as
and
good as
Gromit.
Pixar
Wallace
is
and
about
Gromit. Have you seen
campaigning.
Money on Wallace and Gromit, just because I know that every time Aardman releases something, they usually will sweep for animation because of all the care that's put into that. So yeah,
No, but Flow has been heavily talked about this award season. Like heavily
I'm
talked
surprised
about.
Robot Dream didn't get anything. Anyway, on to this shit.
Really?
Austin Rapid Fire.
Wicked.
Really?
So my rating is a little biased just because of my history with it. I thoroughly enjoyed the play. Songs were embedded in my brain since a child because my sisters loved it.
But you couldn't do that with Hamilton.
The first act was just completely terrible. I know, sorry, it's a rapid fire, but it does make up for it in the end. I found myself singing along to the songs towards the end, but I'd put it at an 8.7.
8.7.
Yeah.
What about you, Carlos?
Casablanca.
Carlos.
This is hard for
Caroline
me, man. This
Delatorre.
is hard for me. I've been a
Carlitos
champion of John
Mungus.
M. Chu for a while now. Ever since he left the Step Up franchise, because again, he's leaving a shallow, empty cinema to be making good film,
Shallow,
like
empty
In the Heights or
Crazy Rich Asians.
or Crazy Rich Asians, which I love.
Yep.
So it's hard for me because you want to celebrate him being like he's doing Wicked, but I rate this really low, man. I mean, it's a popularity contest at this point, right? I mean, it gets 10 nominations.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I'll give this a 7. I'm pretty comfortable at a 7 for this.
7 also. I'm having a Barbie effect with this movie.
Definitely.
Barbie effect. You know what?
Black
I came
Panther
into this not knowing anything about it, like really nothing about it, and I found myself having a lot of fun watching it. I know that's frowned upon saying it.
No, but
This was a fun film.
But again, we're talking about the Oscars, right? Where
I
are we
thought we were
at?
talking
Where are
about
we
what
at in that conversation?
No, yeah. I liked it, man. I'm with Austin. I'll give it an 8.2.
8.2.
8.2.
I thought it was gonna go way lower, but I found myself liking it.
TK.
It was good.
8.7.
8.7.
I liked it a lot because this movie, watching it on par with you guys, I had fun. Yeah. But more than that, this movie was one of those films that I saw that kind of reminded me like, oh, the people behind the scenes are in Hollywood for a reason.
Okay.
The production design,
Yeah.
the musical, the choreography for every single
What was the
musical
budget?
number. It was
150.
150.
150. Like
Look,
that's a lot of
And
money.
that's fair. That's fair. The fact that you can achieve so much with so many resources, and it's a big scale film. It's an escapist film. But this also has even the play. I don't know if you guys know who Mark Platt is. Mark Platt produced the play. Mark Platt is Ben Platt's dad. Ben Platt is also a Broadway kind of legend. He originated the role of being Evan Hansen.
Oh shit.
So that's Ben Platt.
Okay.
So Mark Platt is very notorious for producing musicals. Mark Platt produced La La Land, okay? But Mark Platt produced Wicked way back when it was on Broadway. And Kevin Smith, he also produced Cop Out, by the way, for Kevin Smith.
I love Cop Out.
But Kevin Smith talked about on a podcast, he's like, I had a conversation with Platt. And he says, yo, 20 years ago. What Wicked's fucking killing, yo, make it into a film. And Mark Platt's like, no, you don't understand. With Broadway plays, you fucking milk it on stage. Because you milk it, you generalize how popular it can. You let it do its touring dates so that it's popular all over the world. And then once the film's ready, my sales on Broadway are going to go fucking up. And sure, true to form, Wicked gets announced as a film. Broadway tickets fucking spike. Okay?
By the way, this film made over $700 million.
Mark Platt's a very rich man.
Let me get a million off of that. Man.
So, and I'm not
Can I borrow
arguing the
$1?
commerce of it. Whatever, it is what it is. But its intention to make a film behind it was to make money. It wasn't to gain any type of recognition with critics or Oscars or anything like that. What bothers me about this is, number one, we want to complain about Selena Gomez, but fucking Ariana Grande was horrible in this picture.
Terrible.
I
She
went
was
into it.
unwatchable.
I went into it with what you said. She did it right.
Hot take, yeah. Honestly, I gotta agree with John Eric because every single time that she was on screen, I thought that her comedic timing, even for something obviously, like,
Cause she purdy, dog.
I'm gonna share the same empathy with Della.
I'm not a
Like
big Ariana fan, for sure.
This movie does feel like a Disney movie. It feels like a fucking.
Yeah.
But
If
in
this
order to play
premiered
that,
on Disney Channel, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be mad. But
Yeah.
we're talking about
Hey.
the Oscar for
But
Best
That's
Picture.
That's a good
Even
one.
Hey, I have a take. She was bad.
hey, that's a valid take. But
That,
I'm defending
dare
my
I say
take
a
right
hot
now.
take, Austin?
No,
Good
it's
on
fine.
Just a
you.
take. Just a take.
But
No.
one
Every
thing-
take at a temperature.
One thing though is like Ashley Tisdale works really, really well for the High School Musical numbers because she knows how to play that. Not every actor knows how to go into that direction. Ariana Grande grew up. Everybody knows how she grew up. So
Nickelodeon.
she has all that kind of stuff behind
Yeah.
her. But honestly, I liked her performance in this one. I thought that she was fun. She was charming, and honestly, if anything, I thought she was annoying when she sang a little bit. But
That's the only thing I
I
was
thought
like,
she was
all right.
annoying, period.
Yeah.
But that's the character, right? But,
exactly.
but,
That's the
but still,
character.
again, you're
That's
gonna be nominated. You're gonna be on a list with people for an Academy Award. You don't belong in this conversation. I'm sorry, you just don't. You're here to be a name.
And I
Similar to
think-
Selena
wait,
Gomez,
did she
right?
she got nominated?
She's nominated for an
Okay.
Academy
Okay,
Award.
I'll admit she doesn't deserve the
She
nomination.
doesn't. She does not.
Honestly,
But it wasn't-
I don't even think Cynthia Erivo
She
deserves it
definitely-
either.
I'm gonna talk, and she's a good actress.
She's a great actress.
She
I'm gonna
went
toss
all
this
in on
out
this
there.
one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna toss this out there. You get an exclusive on the WatchTower Film Podcast. If Ariana Grande wins the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress,
Look into your
I
camera.
will never watch the Oscars again.
Look into your cameras.
No, I'm sorry. I just
Clip
won't.
that.
I can't. I know right there. I will
Loop it.
never watch the Oscars again if
That's
she
fair.
wins
That's
over
fair.
somebody like for the Brutalist. Felicity Jones.
Jones.
Over somebody like Felicity Jones or Zoe Saldana. Drew
Because
Merritt
then-
coming in.
Then it becomes a popularity
contest,
and that's
which it has been for
no
a bit.
but that was the slack that for a while back I think they were gonna make a category called like most
Popular
popular, film.
picture, yeah.
Yeah, most popular film, and everybody got so mad because it was like if you give that award, then you just say, well, to hell with merit.
Yeah.
Then
What the
it's
hell
just,
with Best Picture?
yeah,
I mean,
it's just about make the coolest garbage you can.
Yeah.
and
Yo,
with the
my
most
God,
money.
no. We don't wanna go that
And,
direction.
this didn't even get Best Song. This didn't even get a nomination for Best Song. What does that tell you?
I don't know, man.
Hold
Original
on.
score.
Hold on. On that,
Sound and
would
score.
it technically qualify?
For Best Original Song?
Yeah.
Sometimes when they make film adaptations of plays or other bodies of work, they make new songs for the
Well,
film.
the thing is, all the songs in the film are from the play.
Exactly.
But all the
Exactly.
songs are performed by different people. Doesn't that do something?
Except when they go to Oz, those were the two original actresses from the original.
Yeah.
One thing I will
if
say
you didn't know
is-
about that, that was.
Cynthia Erivo has the fucking pipes, dude.
Oh, she does.
can
She's terrific.
sing. And
I
honestly,
could see
Ariana
why
Grande
she was
too,
acting crazy.
like-
I
in the
liked
end
her.
of this. She
I
went
liked her.
all
This.
in
She's
into
fine.
this.
Yeah.
A little too old to be a high school student or whatever, right? But
Yeah.
but fine. And also, what's her name? Margaret Cho. Is it Margaret Cho from Everything Everywhere?
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Or what was her name?
Damn, she was popping off when.
Yeah,
Everything
she did
Everywhere-
good.
I don't
She
know.
did pretty
I'm
good.
not even gonna lie.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh.
I'm a look. You have to understand. I'm a massive fan of the original Wizard of Oz. I love the Wizard of Oz so
but
much.
yeah, I mean-
So when you're gonna tell, like, I love, and I'm a sucker for like Oz the Great and Powerful, and I'm a sucker for even the Lynch stuff. Like when you're gonna go and break off and tell another version of the Oz story, I think it's phenomenal. I thought Jeff Goldblum in this was kind of genius, you know, and
Dude,
and the take
funny
on
enough,
Fuck Jeff
I kind of
Goldblum,
hated
bro.
that. Yeah,
You
damn.
kinda hated that.
I feel like John Eric and I just have the same opinion on this movie.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't a fan because it just felt like another like typecast. Like
Yeah.
But they're-
No,
but you're
no, but
taking
it was almost
no.
predictable. It was
But
predictable.
the thing is that like the whole story, and it's always been told this way, is that
He's
Oz-
a fucking phony.
Yeah, he's a phony. He's a magician.
You
He
know?
knows how to bring out the fantasy of things, and then it's a beautiful story.
And Goldblum wasn't playing cool Goldblum. He was playing like an insecure fuck.
Yeah, because he knows that the whole point of this little like
kinda
I'm gonna
solid.
bring you to Oz and all that is because, man, I'd be even cooler if I had real magic, and you seem to have it. It's just crazy, you know.
I mean,
And-
there's cool takes, but all based on a play that did it 20 years
By
ago.
the way, confirmed all the music is not original since it was from the play, so it was not qualified.
That's right. Yeah, I mean,
you know what? Let me I'll give a quick opinion on like why I have a lot of disdain for the film. I just
why?
feel like,
I thought you would like it.
I feel like when we have the conversation about the Oscars, and I know that you know, like you were saying for Nickel Boys, it doesn't have to be something that's going to be new and innovative, but if it's true to the form and it's using that to highlight what film can do, I just felt like what this one was doing is highlighting things off of the popularity of the play, and also how do we make this a very palatable film that's fun for audiences. But it wasn't trying to say, let's take this in the medium of film and expand upon it in all these different ways.
Make no mistake, this film makes $700 million in the box office because of TikTok, because of children being able to go to a film like
yeah,
this.
like I work at Starbucks.
that's the
and-
reality of today for sure.
Oh,
I'll throw this out there. I do believe that the film deserves all the Oscars that it got. I
All the
don't believe.
nominations.
I don't believe
Yeah.
that it should win. As
Yeah.
many. I feel like honestly, it might only take
For which one?
production design and
It
maybe
doesn't deserve an editing
Nah,
nod.
Brutalist.
Maybe makeup.
Brutalist.
Maybe.
I mean, production design. If not, this is the second choice for sure.
The
Look-
Brutalist is great, but if you look at the PD on this one, they literally created like.
well, yeah, if
worlds,
I had
literal
$150 million,
Yeah.
I'd
No,
recreate
and-
all of Oz.
And the same
fuck
with
yeah.
like costume styling. I mean, you know, all the
Yeah.
different outfits, all the different people that were
That's where I'm
there.
at, yeah.
That's really cool, and I
Yeah.
feel like those are the areas where sure it shines because other people looking at this film for this category, like costume and production design,
True.
are seeing the maximalism of what
Yeah.
you can do
True.
in this format. But then you see things like best actress in the leading role, or
Yeah.
like you see things like
Low-key, those I don't agree with.
no,
those.
or things like
Supporting
best
role,
sound, and then you feel like, did it actually like? Is this the movie that is going to inspire people that are in those departments, and they're going to look at this
Inspire
like,
them to make
whoa.
money.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whoa, this is the best that sound can be. Like, are they going to take this into film school and try to show it to people?
Actually,
and I feel,
bringing it onto that topic,
Yeah.
I feel like this would be if you're not trying to become an actor or like something like a actor, editor, director, and you have more ambitions to go into costume, go into style,
Yeah.
go into PD. This is the film that I would show my students. In
well, that's the
film
thing.
school.
Like, I feel like with the last films that we've been talking about, like when we talk about like best cinematography, best acting, best directing, writing, best editing, if it wins in those categories, it deserves a special place in the library of
hell.
No, it deserves a special place in the library where people can go and study from. Like when I'm talking with Carlos and we're trying to talk about like what are the best cinematography references for our next film and the next project, we look at a lot of the previous Oscar winners and look at a lot of the merit, and we're using that library to help us establish something.
At least
So-
as a jumping off point, right?
Yeah,
I mean, so
so-
that you can get into the most obscure cinema that wasn't celebrated.
yeah, but I mean, like when you add these things into the library,
What are you saying?
yeah, what is it? Is it keeping the library
Yeah.
sacred, or is it,
Saying anybody with money can win.
yeah, that's what I think
Just
hurts
because
about
we're running
it.
out of time, I'm going to come at you guys from a different angle, which should be a main angle.
Just not from the back.
From the musical perspective. From the musical perspective, this is why I give more merit to something like Emilia Perez, because at least Emilia Perez was trying to do something original.
Mute.
No. Comparatively, no. It was trying to do something original. And again, musicals.
Trying, but it wasn't good.
Wicked is the type of film that killed the musical. I need you to understand. Why haven't we seen a film like La La Land since 2016? Because of shit like this. Because this type of musical killed the musical.
Yeah,
It just did.
The songs of
it became
I'm
the
So in Love,
Disney-fied
or,
version
yeah.
of a musical. It became the popular, big budget aspect of a
Popular.
musical.
the song.
I
Yeah.
guess that's going to become a massive conflict or I guess like topic in the coming years for musicals is what kind of musical do you prefer? Do you prefer the Emilia Perez that actually has like a vocal
Something to
statement?
say.
Something
Or
to
do you
say.
prefer the High School Musical Wicked?
Yeah.
Because to me,
Exactly.
Wicked feels like High School Musical.
It
Yes,
does.
it does. but it feels like High School Musical on an enhanced.
Dude,
on
the
another
most
level,
the most
which
impressive,
is
in my
what I
opinion,
appreciate for it.
the
Yeah.
most impressive thing about the musical aspect about this film was the interpretive kind of situation they get on the prom floor. That was cool. I
What
dug
about the
that.
last
Yeah,
one
the
that
silence in that
Cynthia
moment.
fucking sings? Oh my god.
Do you think it hurts because it comes from a Broadway play? Because I remember you kind of had similar thoughts with films like In the Heights
Yeah.
that came from Broadway.
Yeah, because again, they're made in this avenue, and when you try to bring it into film, you try to expand how to tell this story because you're not limited to a stage. But at least something like In the Heights and its choreography and its song, it has something to say.
Like if you're writing your next musical and you're taking inspiration, how do you feel if, let's say, this would be the reference that they're giving, like, oh, can you do it more like Wicked?
This is what breaks my heart about this because John M. Chu's a good director,
Yeah.
and he's leaning. And look, he might be doing something very smart. He's going to do the popular films to get more money, so that one day
You
he can
never
do whatever
know.
the fuck he wants.
You never
Wicked
know.
Part 1.
I'm not saying
That's playing
and
the
again,
game.
this shit is leading up to a sequel, right?
I don't know why they don't put that in the title. They just put Wicked, but it's,
Yeah.
it's
The
part
original
1.
title was Wicked Part 1.
Yeah, and again, it breaks my heart because you see something like In the Heights, the film adaptation of In the Heights, and you see this beautiful scene of them dancing on a roof on the side of a rooftop, and again, is heightening the reality to talk about the emotions that these characters are going through. This shit is just downplaying that. It minimizes that aspect of musicals.
You can't say this
Well-
shit. This film.
I feel like
Just
if we're
because you can do
talking-
something grand in scale doesn't mean that it's exploring anything of substance.
Same thing with Emilia Perez.
That's one of the biggest things that I feel like is a cool thing about this musical. It had $1 million bajillion, whatever we'll call it, but I feel like it utilized all the money as best as possible in the production design,
To
in
make
the
a
costume,
Starbucks
in
drink.
the
And
colors,
you're
in the
talking to a
choreography.
guy
I had
who's
to
a
make it.
sucker for that shit. You're
Yeah.
talking to a guy who goes to Disney twice a year because he likes these feelings,
Yeah.
but not to celebrate in cinema on a long-term scale. It's just not fair because other people who don't have money, who try to make a musical that has something to say, and do it in more original ways, it doesn't have to depend on the popularity of the IP to
Did-
tell a story.
Yeah.
Did your wife like it, Sandra?
She fell asleep in the first 10 minutes.
Oh damn it!
I have
I thought she was gonna be there.
a opinion, a hot opinion.
Bro, no, for real, bro.
I was. I'll only take up 5 seconds. Whoever came up with the drinks from Starbucks that I had to make over and over again,
Of
the
Wicked?
Belinda and the Glinda, like whatever drinks,
Linda.
I hope you stub your
Galinda
toe.
and Beelzebub. I hate you. I hate whoever came up with those drinks. I hate the people who
Look
had
in
to.
your camera.
I hate you. Like you
I hate
don't
the people I
understand
served
what you
yesterday.
put
I heard the people
every Starbucks employee through. I had to put those things together, and it
That must
sucked. They were the
suck,
worst
bro.
things to make. I hate the people who ordered them, and I could spend 10 minutes talking about the pain I went through every day.
He wants to cry.
Every day. Oh,
Just let it out.
Okay.
You
so-
can't.
you
Unpaid
know,
advertising.
also,
I'll just say this.
screw you.
I'll just say this again, as a massive fan of the original Wizard of Oz. I mean, I tend to revisit Sam Raimi's Oz the Great and Powerful, and
better
I
now.
tend to revisit the internal
doctor.
struggle that like James Franco was trying to depict. I was annoyed with like Mila Kunis' character, but that's besides the point. Again, you could have explored those themes without trying to use the musical as a gimmick, as a crutch. It's just not fair. And again, it's the teenage angst aspect of things. It's a cool thing for the play, but don't use a musical just because you don't know how to write something like that. It just is not fair for people who are really trying to bring the musical back from the dead.
Do
know?
you think? I'm assuming they give it to John Chu because he did In the Heights, but do you think there's another director out there that could have done a better job with Wicked?
I mean, you know what would have been interesting? Look at
Chazelle.
what Lin-Manuel Miranda did on his directorial debut.
That's true.
Did a phenomenal job.
Tick, Tick,
It was-
Boom?
Yeah, Tick Tick Boom was a great musical. First thing out. I'm not saying
Andrew
he should have
Garfield.
necessarily been trusted with this, but it's
I'm not gonna
But-
lie, Carlos. I think we just have different tastes in musicals because
Yeah.
I did not like Tick Tick Boom.
you didn't like Tick Tick Boom.
Oh my God.
I got bored of it.
Hey,
Like,
do me a favor. The door's right over
It
there.
felt,
Yeah, dude.
It felt out there for me, which is funny saying this because Wicked is like right fucking
Yeah.
bold. but-
I know, like you're enjoying
but
the
I think-
Disney Channel
yeah.
musical,
No,
but
no,
you
no,
don't
no, no,
enjoy
no.
Tick Tick
But
Boom,
you
which
like
dealt with like
the kind of the escapism that something
Yeah,
this will
I guess-
allow you to do. It's a
yeah.
little kid feeling,
Exactly.
right?
For
like,
me, that's what a musical
and
is.
that's
Like, and you
fair.
get a little bit of that in La La Land too.
Sure, and that's fair, but
But
that's
on an
why La La Land's
ordinary
perfect,
Sunday?
because it has the perfect balance between realism and heightened reality. That's what makes a good musical.
There you go.
For me.
Yeah,
your
it's
opinion.
hard
Yeah,
to get
in your
realism
Have
in a
you
world
seen
like this.
Drop it.
Umbrellas?
Drop
Yo, Tick Tick Boom did that. That's why it's good. You know,
Have you seen Umbrellas of Cherbourg yet?
No.
Oh.
Your boy needs to see
Well,
Cherbourg.
that's also another thing.
Chaboy.
I'm not really that big of a musical advocate.
Yeah,
I
watch
like
that
dramas.
one.
Stay with me,
I
but
like
Okay.
dramas.
they're
Yeah.
growing on me, man. The more you see, the more you understand.
We'll cover the Young Girls of Rochefort on this podcast
Last 5
soon.
seconds. Whoever made that drink sucks. I hate you. I hate your family.